Check this.
Well, hello, JohnBParker here, back with another episode of Forever Stranded. How you guys doing? I am doing well today. I am doing really well. We have some updates, we have some progress, and hopefully we have some more quests to do today. So, before we get into any of the quests and any of that stuff, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, I ended up digging the entire thing out, and we have a few, what looks like lighting glitches, I guess. I don't know, lighting glitches or whatever they are. But we have the entire area dug out underneath our cobblestone slab, I guess you could say. And I found a few things. Take a look at this. There's a floating chest right here. Now, this is a trap chest because there was a few of these actually. And it was a little, I don't know if it's an homage to Crash Landing, but what we have is, or what we had was, there was a couple of these, and some of them were hooked up to TNT. So and so what would happen is you'd be digging around, and then you'd find it, and you'd be like, oh sweet, open it up, and it's a trap chest. So it basically sends a redstone signal, and it would light off the TNT, and boom, you would die, and it's not good. And I knew that these were here, I just had no idea where. And so I think there was one like right about here somewhere that was hooked up to some TNT, and we got that one and cleared out. But this one here was actually a good one. So we got some cool stuff from Pam's Harvest Craft. We got some bottles of enchanting and a flint shuriken that we can upgrade. That's going to be a nice ranged attack until we can get a bow set up. But then there was a book by the mod pack creator GW Sheridan. And let's go ahead and read this. Well, I'll just leave this here for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff in here. We'll save that for later. And we'll keep... Now, let's throw the shuriken in there. We'll upgrade that later. Because flint is kind of garbage right now. But, you know, we do what we can with what we got. So, I also went ahead and I completely finished our fully automated, well, it's almost fully automated. There's only one section of the automation that is manual, but that is very, I made it to where it's not, you don't have to be there very often. You can leave this going for hours until you have to come back. So we look in here, the iron mesh, all of the meshes have a durability inside of the sieves in this pack. So you can't make this fully automated. So what I did was I set up a chest here, and I just put a ton of iron meshes here, and they will automatically feed into the auto heavy sieve once the current mesh runs out. So that's for right now, that's the only part that is not fully automated. So once those iron meshes run out, you have to restock that. But that's okay. That's going to take forever to do. So what we ended up doing was, to finish off and hopefully get this to be what we want it to do, is I put an extra sag mill here, and what will happen is you have the cobblestone come into the bottom one, and you can either have that go directly over here into the auto compressor as gravel, or you can have it come up as sand, and then the sand can come down to the auto compressor, and then it'll end up coming over here into the sieve. And then you can get all of the stuff from sand, because there are certain things that you can get that are only from sieving sand. Now, what I have over here is I have an auto compressed hammer connected to a basic drawer filled with compressed sand. Now, all of that compressed sand was basically just all the sand that we mined out. Now, this is the only way to get dust, right? So if you sag mill sand, it turns into silicon, right? So it doesn't turn into the dust. So you have to set up the auto compressed hammer, or the auto hammer, whatever you want to do. I like to do compressed hammer because it's just a little bit more, you do more at a time. And then that gets fed into the auto compressor, and then that'll get fed into the heavy sieve. Because dust will get us redstone, it'll get us blaze powder, it'll get us bone meal, as well as a few other things. So then we just have it all coming into crafters, into buffer chests. I have 2 double crushers per operation here. So come out of the double crusher into a chest, into another set of crafters for the crushed version to turn it into sand. That comes back out into the buffer chest, into some more crushers. Now I didn't have a buffer chest here because I kind of ran out of room, but that's fine. So now we have the another row of crushers or crafters for the powdered version to turn it into dust, into a buffer chest, into the alloy smelters, which turns everything into the ingots. So now if we look here, we have over 2.5 stacks of iron blocks. That is fantastic. And then we have all our diamonds, lapis, apatite, flint, coal, emeralds, all the good stuff. All of the good stuff. These ones here are just the miscellaneous ones we get from using the alloy smelter. And then here's all the stuff that we get from sieving sand or dust, right? So you can get blaze powder, glowstone, gunpowder, prismarine shards, and stuff like that. And then redstone right here. Now, the problems that we've been having, I guess it's not really been a problem, but it's going to be a problem in the future, was this whole setup here takes a ton of power. Each one of these crafters, when they're running, is 175 RF a tick. I don't know how much each one of these crafters takes, but it's a little bit. Now each one of these alloy smelters, that's 40, so up there all we have is 480 RF a tick. Now rather than go ahead and upgrade those dynamos and stuff like that, I would like to continue with the quest book. And because the next quest we have here, let's just finish this one off. This was a simple one I completed, and there's none of these things that I really cared about, so let's just go ahead and take the copper coil. Oh, we get them all. Never mind. Get them all. Anyway, extreme power. This is the Extreme Reactors mod. It is a fantastic mod. I love this mod. The only one problem that you have with this mod is if you don't have a good source of yellorium or uranium, then that's your fuel. So it becomes an issue if you don't have enough fuel for it. But I think that with the setup we have now, we continually sieve and do all that stuff, then we should be able to keep up with the fuel as long as we don't build it too large. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and build some of those things. Right after we take a look at this. I killed a couple more Endermen because I wanted to get one of the coolest blocks in the game that's going to help us with movement. Now we have elevators in this mod. It's fantastic. You need ender pearls for it, which is why it's been taking me so long. Hopefully we can do this and get rid of these ladders. So to set up the elevators, you have to basically set it up directly above or directly below, and then you should be able to just teleport up and down. It's really freaking cool. This way we can go up and down really easily, and we can say goodbye to this ladder. Hopefully this isn't too far of a distance. Let's see. Shift. Yeah. All right. And then when you need to go up, you hit space. That's fantastic. Excellent. No more ladder. Bye-bye. We're going to leave it, though. Anyway, the stuff that we need to get started here is the graphite. So if we take a look in JEI here, we go to @Extreme Reactors. The base block for this mod is the reactor casing, and then that requires the graphite. And now to make the graphite, you just have to smelt coal. And so I just stuck a couple stacks of coal into the alloy smelter. Now to make those, the core block for that is the reactor casing core. So we need gold and we need redstone. So let's go ahead and take a few stacks of redstone, a few stacks of gold. Boy, we need to get rid of those. Those are these things here. We're gonna fill up our inventory pretty fast, so we want to go ahead and just get rid of anything that's non-essential. So we're gonna need some casings, we're gonna need some casing cores, we're gonna need a controller. So that's a diamond. We're gonna need some fuel rods, so that's gonna be uranium and iron. Let's get some iron. We have uranium right there. Take a stack of it. We have a stack. Oh, we have a few. We have 20. Oh, that's awesome. So we're gonna need a diamond. We're going to need some redstone flux power taps, because that's how you get power out. And we're going to go ahead and need some access ports, because that's how you get power. That's how you get your fuel in and out. And that's just going to be chests, which I have wood here for that. Let's go ahead and make a few chests. We only need 2. And we're going to go ahead and have to make a couple of pistons. So let's make 2 pistons. Because I do believe for the quest, we need 2 access ports, 2 RF power taps, 4 of these casing cores, fuel rods, stuff like that. All right. So first things first, casing core legacies. Boom. We're not going to craft all of those. We're going to go ahead and craft like 16 for now. Let's go ahead and craft 16. Let's see. Does that get us? That gets us that part of the quest, right? Awesome. So then we're going to need, let's just craft as many of these as we can. That's a stack. That's cool. We'll craft the controller. We need to craft a few fuel rods. How many can we craft? We can craft 10. Let's go ahead and craft 6. 6? No, 9. Let's craft 9. Right, because we'll make this thing 3 high. Ooh, we also needed to craft the control rods, didn't we? Yes, we did. So we have 9 of these. Let's craft 3 of these, because for every, what we want to do is we want to make this 3 high. Well, technically it'll be 5 high, but we want to have 3 spaces inside. So we'll have every 3 fuel rods we need 1 control rod. And I'll show you guys when we go to set that up. You only need 2 of these, and then let's go 2 of those. Is that the quest right there? That is the quest complete. Awesome. And then we get 40 Yellorium dust. That's nice. A couple reactor casings. Beautiful. What's the next quest here? Turbine. You get a lifeblood crystal for that. Ooh, that's gonna be not quite yet, but that's gonna be awesome. We should have all the stuff to craft to set up the reactor now. So let's go ahead and throw this Yellorium. Go ahead and throw this Yellorium wherever we can. Oh, come on. Just as I go to click on it. There we go. All right. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. You see how we have some of these item conduits are coming up out of the trunk line here, but look, you have the item conduit and the energy conduit in the same block space there. It is so nice to have that ability with Ender IO. And that's just one of the main benefits to it. Right here. We got the item conduits taking all of the stuff out of the alloy smelter, but we also have the power coming up for it. And then that just runs all the way down here to a drawer controller that I hooked up. And Ender IO. Ender IO is so fantastic. Alright, so we should have enough of these. Let's go ahead, and where do we want to set this up that it's not necessarily in the way? Maybe back here. Maybe back here? Is this a spot where we can set it up, but we can also expand it? Maybe in this corner right here. Let's go ahead and try and set this up in the corner right here. Let's take a look at our F7 really quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so what we want to do is, let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll set up a 5x5 for right now. And we can always expand this in the future, but I just want to get to see, I want to see how much power can this set up. We're going to need a ton more of these, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Let's go make some more casings. Right, so you have to basically build an entire box with the casings, and then all of your stuff gets hooked up around it. And so let's get some more graphite. I think what we needed was, we're gonna need some more of these. So redstone, gold, iron, redstone, gold. Okay. Oh, hello. That's 32. What do we need to craft this? We need iron. All right, let's craft half of this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Get some more casings. That gives us another stack. We'll see if it's enough. Hopefully it's enough, because we want to go 3 high. And get rid of you. Let's go ahead and throw you right there, because you're the only red spot right now. So we go 1, 2, 3. That'll be those, and then a 5th one. So this is gonna be like 5 by 5 by 5, and it's almost the same type of similar setup as, let's say, a Tinker's Construct smeltery, except for you have to fill in the corners. And but we do what we can with what we got. It's probably gonna take more of these, but that's okay. Now, yeah, the great thing about this is this is gonna be some like massive power gen. This is the best thing. Dynamos will put out how much ever. You know, I think a max dynamo will put out somewhere in the neighborhood of like 800 RF a tick. It's nice, but this machine right here, I think if we set up like this, 5 by 5 by 5, we can set this up and it will probably pump out a max of somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2,000, 3,000, somewhere like that. It's going to be really nice. So if we look at these, we have to set these fuel rods up. You can't set them right next to each other. They can only be touching on the diagonal. So that's always something you have to be thinking about. Now we set the fuel rods up, and then you have to put a control rod on top, because this is what you're going to use. Not enough controllers, requires at least one. So we can't adjust this until we have the controller set up. But we need to just go ahead and there we go. Ooh, there we go. Now this is just going to be the basic setup. This is not going to be any kind of we're not going to be able to put any coolant in just yet, because we don't have access to any kind of coolant yet, and that's okay. That's okay. So we need a controller. We're going to need an access port. We're going to need an output. So one's going to be an output and one's going to be an input, I think, right? Yeah, right. So we have the input here, which is the yellow, the output, which is the blue. So now we can just basically, if we wanted to, we could feed stuff into here automatically and then export stuff automatically that way. Now we're going to set that up, and look at that. It's official. It's an official multi-block structure. But one thing we did forget was the redstone flux power tap. Okay, so now this is where we have to hook up our power to. And if you just right click on the controller, you can see we have all these options. You can see we don't have any fuel in it just now, and there's no heat, obviously. And it's got a 1,000,000 RF buffer, so that's really cool. Now what we need to do is we need to go set those control rods, because I don't want to use 100% fuel right now. You can set the control rods with you just right click on them, and then you can set how much you basically how much RF you get by how much fuel you use, you know, per tick or something like that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and hit the Alt button and then Control, because we're gonna do all the rods, and we're gonna reduce the insert the rod. Let's see what we get at 90%, right? And this is obviously adjustable. And we're gonna go grab some uranium or some uranium. Did we have any? No. Let's go grab some uranium, and we'll see how much RF we can pump out of this bad baby at the 90%. This will be nice. This will be real nice. All right, how much do we have here? Can we grab a stack of uranium? Yeah, we can. That's nice. That's very nice. So in this pack, I'm not sure if it's all packs that have extreme reactors. I'm not sure if it's the mod, but uranium and yellorium are kind of interchangeable. All right, so we threw that in, and it automatically went ahead, and we have 100% full, and then we have 28 left over. So the bigger you build this with, the more fuel rods you build, the more fuel it's going to take. So let's go ahead, and we want to fire this bad baby up, and let's see how much RF a tick we get. Where will it tell us? Is it going to tell us here, maybe? Thought it was. Oh, it's right here. So what do we got here? We're coming up to heat. It looks like it's coming up at about 550 RF a tick. So look at that. That's nice. Now what we can do is we can come back up here. We can right click on this, Control and Alt, and we can retract the rod. Let's go to 75%. See how much RF a tick we're generating now. This is gonna be, look at that. already generating over double, and it's still climbing. The only thing is when you do that, you use more of your fuel. So if you look here, we're using 0.063 millibuckets per tick of our fuel. That's really not that much, so I'm okay with keeping that at 75%, and we're generating about 1400 RF a tick. That's fantastic. So we just tripled our power output, and I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it. Let's go in here. Let's grab these right here, and I'll show you guys that you can hook these up. You can hook it up right to the RF power tap here. Shift right click, boom, there we go. Awesome. And then we can just run this down that way. We'll probably end up moving the capacitor bank that's up there down to here, and this is going to be our main power gen, and we could possibly get rid of all of that. We'll keep the lava gen. We might just move the lava gen, but that's a story for another time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope it wasn't too confusing, and if there's any questions, if you guys have any questions about any of this kind of stuff, you go ahead and leave me a comment, and I will definitely do my best to get you the answer or guide you to a place that will get you an answer that is hopefully satisfactory. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode today. I'm JohnBParker. If you enjoyed the video, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you enjoy any of the other videos on my channel, you want to check any of the other videos out on my channel, I really appreciate that. And consider hitting that subscribe button. So with that said, have yourselves a great day. With